Unity in Marin. Happy New Year. And wow, lovely to see so many of you here on our favorite Sunday of the year. Are you in the right place?
Yes.
Is it the right time?
Yes.
Okay, let's sing about it.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here.
Will you stand up and sing
I'm
with
in
us?
the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Yes.
Morning, Unity in Marin. My name is Carolyn Gauthier, and I'm going to be leading you through today's service. I want to thank Jeannie Skybrook, who is doing the music for our Aloha Sunday, and Jason Myers, who's going to be on the piano. Here we are, it's 2020. It's really hard to believe, isn't it? And about 10 years ago, this community got together and said, what are our values? What is our mission? What do we commit ourselves to? And we spent a long time coming up with this, and I'd like us to say this together and look at it with fresh eyes, as they say, so that you can see how this applies to you and to your life. We are a spiritual community committed to authenticity and the expression of love and support for each other in living an awakened, enlightened life. And that is no small thing, to live an awakened, enlightened life. So you are in the right place at the right time to be doing that. And we came up with 3 ways to do that. They are to connect, grow, and serve. So I'm just going to highlight a few things that are going on here so that you can get involved and stay committed. Next Sunday, we're going to have a guest, Will Tuttle. He is an award-winning speaker, author, and musician. He has a PhD in education from UC Berkeley, and he's a former Zen monk. He will present his original piano music as well as giving the talk. After the services, he will be giving a workshop on developing intuition. And our very own Reverend Tim Lytle will be doing the White Stone ceremony, which is a good follow-up to the Burning Bowl. He'll tell you a little more about that later. Did any of you make a New Year's resolution to work on your body a little bit, one way or the other? Well, Qigong is an ancient movement that has been practiced by many people of all ages over the years, and we have a teacher here who comes every Tuesday evening over in Unity Hall. So if that's something that's calling to you, come check it out. See if that is something that your body wants to do. And Nancy Foster will lead a workshop on how we can learn to be more heartful than mindful. They're both important, but we can be more heartful by using the meditative practice of centering prayer. She will also teach us how to use the sacred map of the Enneagram to better understand and release our limiting patterns. And finally, I want to remind you about the men's group. It's ongoing, and it's usually the last Wednesday of every month, but because of the way New Year's Day fell, it's going to be next Wednesday. And then after that, it will always be the last Wednesday of the month. Again, this is a way for men to really connect with each other and to go deeper into what your spiritual commitment is and how you can get support from like-minded people. Very important. And now I would love to introduce, it's my pleasure to introduce, my honor, Reverend Tim Lytle.
Thank you. Welcome home. If you've been gone a long time, or if this is your first time here, or if you've been coming here for years, welcome home. You are welcome here, and we honor who you are and celebrate who you are. If this is your first time here, we have a text messaging service, if we can go to that slide. And there is a number you can go to and text the word welcome so that we can connect by way of text messages and email. And if you've been here a while, you can go to that same number and text the word loop. You know, some people wonder, why am I doing this? You know, we used to hand out little pieces of paper. Every once in a great while, someone would actually turn one of those in. Since we started doing this, we've had a lot of people connect, and we connect by way of text and email. And this way, I can let you know what's going on. So we want to welcome you here. If this is your first time here, or first time since I came here, ushers are ready and available to hand you a gift. We have a gift for you. It's a real nice, insulated Unity mug that you will be proud to display wherever you go. So if this is your first time here, or first time since I came here, if you would keep your hands up as the ushers rush to bring you your gift. Ushers, plural, ushers, with an S at the end. There's more up here, James, yeah, and there's right here. Okay, we want to get to you. That's right. If they're not holding up their hand, out them. That's what they're doing back there. They're pointing at him. Yeah, all right. So good to have you here. And those of you who are live streaming, we're so grateful that you're here. And I don't know, I'm going to have to give you a virtual mug and hug. We're so grateful that you're here. And we know that the presence of God is fully present where you are. We have people who are watching us from the Congo, from Nigeria, from Hawaii, from Taiwan. There's some other places. Let's see, France. There may be some from Denmark. And just wherever you are, we know the presence of God is. If we could look at the side camera and wave to them, those of you who are in Hawaii, aloha, we give you a shaka, and we're so grateful that you have come to join us here, and thank you for joining us, being with us here. We welcome all of you. Now, I want to move into our time of ministerial prayer. I watched the news this morning. Why did I do that before I came to church? I thought, was that the right thing to do? Was that using good judgment? But in any case, as many of you know, there's a lot going on in our world. We have family by blood, and Olga Lucia and I also have family of heart, of spirit. These are people who have become family to us. And part of our family is Iranian. And so this is like, wow, how do we hold the space for peace? How do we hold the space for knowing all is well, that we are all one. So that's one of our challenges. And then this morning I got a message that a Unity minister who is a friend of mine that I've served on teams with made her transition. And this was unexpected to me. I don't know what's going on in your life, or those of you who are live streaming. I don't know what this past year brought in your life. Maybe family conflict, maybe financial challenges. I know as Barbara, one of our prayer chaplains, brings forward the prayer box, this holds a lot of our prayers, and it will be in the front of the church in the narthex after the service. And after we have prayed over these, we send them to Silent Unity to be prayed for an additional 30 days. But, you know, sometimes I've come to Unity churches, as positive as they are, but my heart has sometimes been heavy with things that are going on in my life. It may be a physical challenge, or could be some difficult situation in the family. But we truly know that there is only one power and one presence, active as our lives and as the universe, God the good, omnipotence. And so I invite you to take a deep breath. And right where we are, Spirit, we know there is only one presence and one power. We know that. We feel that. We feel that presence of Spirit filling this room. We feel that presence living itself as us, expressing as us. Oh, Spirit, we open our hearts. We open our hearts. We cleanse our consciousness of hate, resentments, anger. We cleanse ourselves of that so that we can be the pure stream of consciousness of love, of divine I am presence. Wherever we are, we know, Spirit, you are. In this holy moment, we center into this presence. In this moment, we release all worry. We let go of all anxiety. Knowing our divine presence, our divine Spirit that was never born and will never die, is the self-livingness of God and is expressing in this world as light, as love, as creativity, as imagination. We have the power within us and as us to shift this world by shifting our consciousness. Into this truth, we breathe, live, move, and have our own beingness. We give thanks, Spirit, knowing that the music, the spoken word, and all that transpires here today is divinely guided, anointed, and blessed. We open ourselves to be the presence and Spirit of God. We give thanks. And so it is. Amen. And let's center into that as we sing, there is only one presence. There's only one power, only one presence, active in all my life and in the universe. God the good, in all, through all, and over all. There is only one power, only one presence, active in all my life and in the universe. God the good, in all, through all, and over all. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
kanaka vai vai. Give away completely all of your many riches. Turn and follow me to gain eternal life. Me ke ala hele o Yesu, I hala vai aku ai. Me ke kanaka o pio hano hano, ka lana I ka vai vai. Pane mai ka o pio, e kuhaku mai ka I. E ahahu I ka ue hana ai, I loa ai ke ola mau. E have lilo, I ko mau vai vai. Uli ahai mai aku, I loa ai ke ola mau. Mina mina ka o pio, I kona mau vai vai. E ke kuai aha avi lilo aku, I ka po'onele ahune. Hulia e ho Yesu la, pani aku I ka o pio. Aole ai hiki ke kanaka vai vai, I ke au puni o kalani. E have lilo, I ko mau vai vai. Uli ahai mai aku, I loa ai ke ola mau. Let me walk through paradise with you, Lord. Take my hand and lead me there. All my earthly treasures I will gladly give. Teach me how to love and how to share. Greed and lust and vanity were mine, Lord. Then I found your love divine. Now on my knees I pray that I can find the way. Let me walk through paradise with you. Yahweh, have lilo, I ko mau vai vai. Uli ahai mai aku, I loa ai ke ola mau. Yahweh, have lilo, I ko mau vai vai. Uli ahai mai aku, I loa ai ke ola mau. I loa ai ke ola mau.
Thank you, Jeannie, for bringing some Hawaii to us. And this is an Aloha service as well as Burning Bowl service. You know, I'm fascinated by different New Year's traditions. Happy New Year. There's traditions from around the world that I find fascinating. You know, in Denmark, you can take plates and things and break them on your neighbor's door to chase. Doesn't that sound like fun? To chase away evil spirits, you know? And different countries do different things. It's so fun. My wife is from Colombia, and there's a lot of fun traditions from there. Many Spanish-speaking countries, Colombia, Spain, will use 12 grapes. And so these represent each one of the 12 months of the year. And so as it turns midnight, you take each one of these 12 grapes and you put affirmations and belief and wishes into that grape that you're eating. So you're affirming, you know, prosperity and good things for each month of the year. Also in Colombia, they still, to this day, will run around the block with an empty suitcase. Right? You did this, right? Yeah. To represent lots of travels in your life. And look what happened. You've had lots of travels in your life. And under the category of too much information, which sometimes I just step into, they also have the custom of cucos amarillos. Yellow underwear. You got it. Yellow or golden underwear, and yes, we do participate. Too much information. Hawaii has amazing New Year's things that they do. Now, the Hawaiian people celebrate, and people in Hawaii celebrate what's called the season of Makahiki. If you're familiar with the night sky, Orion is one of the big constellations, has a belt of 3 primary stars, and close to Orion is a small cluster of stars, sometimes called the Seven Sisters, the Pleiades. And when the season of the year comes where the Pleiades arises just as it's getting dark at dusk, that's the beginning of Makahiki season. So it could be, like November or so when Makahiki starts. And it lasts for 4 months, about 4 months. So the Hawaiian people used to stop all work for 4 months. What's wrong with us, right? And this would be a time to connect with loved ones, friends, community, have special ceremonies and games together. I know that some of you are watching in Hawaii. When I was in Hawaii, one of the parts of Makahiki traditionally was the chief of the tribe would go out on a canoe offshore, and then the chief would return with all the tribe armed with spears, and they would throw the spears at the chief, and if the chief lived, he remained the chief. That could be the start of a whole new political process. Sorry, that just slipped out. But, okay, politics free zone, I'm just saying. But what the church there did is surprised me at Makahiki season by having big containers of water balloons rather than spears. And so I was dodging them, I was running off. They couldn't get me, they couldn't catch me. It really frustrated them. But from Hawaii comes an ancient spiritual practice. This is ancient. It was made more known in recent days by Dr. Lew, L-E-W, a psychiatrist who was at a psychiatric facility, and this particular ward, this particular clinic was for the criminally insane. And what Dr. Lew did was to get the charts of each of the patients, clients there, and as he went through each of these charts, he practiced what is called in Hawaiian ho'oponopono. He practiced ho'oponopono, looking at the charts, and he practiced that, and I think it's over a period of about 2 years. These people who were crowded in this ward of criminally insane got off their medications, got out of the hospital, restored to productive lives, just by Dr. Lew treating his own consciousness with ho'oponopono. And here, pono is a Hawaiian word that means right action, making things right. So in Hawaii, we would sometimes say, how do we make this pono? Like if there's discord, if there's imbalance, if there's polarities, if there's dissension or fighting, how do we make this pono? And the process of making things pono is ho'oponopono. Okay? So, here's some really good news. Now, some of you won't be thrilled by this, because some of you don't think something works unless you spend lots and lots of money on it. Some of you think something doesn't work unless you pay huge amounts of money and get it from a doctor. Some of you think things don't work unless it's complicated. But I've got great news for the rest of you. In 4 easy steps that are simple, free, and you can use at any time, you can experience freedom from obstacles in your life. 4 simple steps. And I'm not going to charge you extra for this. I mean, it's amazing. This can change your life. I've been practicing this, and I find that it actually works. I mean, sometimes you see stuff online that claims to do this or that, or, on TV, only for $19.99 right now. If you send this, and, there's more. No. You can have this for free and practice this right now. It's 4 steps of ho'oponopono. So let me share these with you. I'll get my clicker. All right. Whoop, too fast. Too slow. Stop. Okay. First step. Now, some people in Unity have an allergy to the word repentance. Let me clear up that allergy. Repentance in the Christian scripture simply means to change your mind. Like you're going that way, and you realize, that's the wrong direction, you go the other way. That's all it means, is changing your mind. I mean, we change other things, right? Hopefully, in your life, you sometimes change your socks. Hopefully, you change other things in your life. You can change your mind. One time I saw a person who said that they were losing their mind. They said they'd never been happier. Our consciousness is the seedbed where everything else grows. And we've taught this for years in Unity, and it's been taught even before Jesus, but Jesus taught this. Jesus said, "Be it done to you according to your belief." The power of this month, Unity practices and teaches about 12 powers. The power of this month is faith. Faith is the power of your belief. It's what you're holding in your consciousness. It's what you're nurturing. What is it that you're feeding and nurturing in your consciousness? In Unity, as in other traditions, and Jesus certainly taught this, whatever it is that you are nurturing and holding on to and believing, you have the ability to bring into your life experience. You draw yourself to it or you draw it to your life. Either way, you are setting up a resonance with that which you are nurturing and thinking about. Fortunately, not all fleeting thoughts come true. That's wonderful. That's good. There have been times when my anger was less controlled than you see it right now. And fleeting thoughts of exploding heads appeared before my eyes. Aren't we glad that didn't happen? But what I'm referring to here are thoughts and beliefs that we nurture over time and believe. I've seen many different kinds of people. I've seen some people who, no matter what is happening, know that everything is all right. They know that God is working through every situation and in every person that they connect with. They know that there is truly only one power and one presence. And they know that that is coming about in their lives. Then there are others who believe that everyone and everything is against them, that people have something against them, that they can't trust anybody, that someone's going to hurt them. And what I found is both of them are right. They both experience that in their lives. They're both right. Because it all comes from their consciousness. It all starts in consciousness. If we want to shift what is happening in the world, if we want to shift, sometimes I've been at protests and people are filled with anger and I'm thinking, how's that going to solve anything? If we're bringing a consciousness of anger and dissension to something, how's that going to solve things? We first must treat our consciousness. Everything first finds its beginnings in consciousness. Everything. Charles Fillmore, in his book Mysteries of Genesis, believes that all of this was created by the power of consciousness. What does your word, do those beliefs that you hold on to and nurture, what does that bring about in your life? Is it what you want to continue to happen in your life? Can we have a moment of congregational confession? Have you ever been part of a congregational confession? Okay, let's do it. Any of you who've ever in your life had a resentment, would you hold up your hand? Woo. All right, that was a congregational confession. I'll absolve you. How did that resentment feel? Icky, yucky? Did it drag you down? Did it feel like you were in a boat and you put a hole in your own boat and you started going down? I was getting trained at Prairie View Mental Health Hospital doing a residency as a chaplain. And I remember being in an addictions group and we were talking about resentments. And the leader of that group said, resentment is like slamming your hand in a car door expecting it to hurt the other person. Is that something you want to continue to hold on to? I mean, you may want to. You may say, it's my right. I was right. They're wrong. I deserve to have this resentment. And I've talked to people like that. I'm like, how's that working for you? Is it helping your life to be happier? Is it helping you to be more free? Is it helping you to express the I am presence? Is it helping you to release the divine living itself as you? Or is it pulling you down? Is it draining your energy? Is it an obstacle in your path? It doesn't, releasing this stuff doesn't mean that you're saying, oh, it never happened. No, it's part of your history. It's part of what's made you who you are. But do you want to continue to carry that baggage around with you? At the airports, sometimes I'm one of those who carries more than they need to. Our last trip included. And my wife said to me, I can't wait till you learn how to fly somewhere. I've done it many times, but I carry all this stuff. And many of us are traveling through life like that. We're carrying all this stuff that we don't need. So in Ho'oponopono, the first step, repentance, changing our mind, changing consciousness, is just to say, I'm sorry. Now, in terms of treating our consciousness, we could be just saying this to our consciousness. I'm sorry for holding on to this belief that has been hurting me. I'm sorry to be holding on to this resentment. I'm sorry to be holding on to the pain of this thing that happened a long time ago. And I've been doing this. So, like there might be, do you ever have a yucky memory? You know, something comes up that is triggered where someone hurt you or something. And so if something is triggered in me, I take a deep breath. And speaking to my consciousness, I say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for holding that. Because I know I have responsibility over my consciousness. What someone else does is their business, but it's my business what I hold in consciousness. We teach that we're responsible for our own consciousness. It's not your mommy's fault. It's not your daddy's fault. It's not any particular leader's fault. What is in your consciousness is up to you. And if we speak to our consciousness and say, I'm sorry for holding that. Myrtle Fillmore, who had been one of the co-founders of the Unity movement, had been diagnosed with terminal tuberculosis. And for 2 years, she did this very intense treatment with herself where she repented. She said to every aspect of her body that she had ever referred to as weak or sick, she said, I'm sorry for ever calling you weak or sick. Please forgive me. So we can do that treatment in our consciousness. Simply say, I'm sorry. So that leads to the second step. And in all my excitement, it's on the prayer box. We say, please forgive me. Please forgive me. Please forgive me for holding this thought. Now, you could say it to God. You could say it to a person. But I'm talking primarily about how to treat our consciousness. So I say, I'm sorry, consciousness. I've been holding this belief, this limiting obstacle in my consciousness. Please forgive me. Then the third step is gratitude. Thank you. This actually works. It's remarkably simple. It can actually become very fast. Now, here's the disclaimer. I only want you to use this if you're willing to let stuff go. If you want to hold on to it, then okay, knock yourself out. But if you're willing to let stuff go, then you say thank you. And finally, you say, I love you. And I found this extremely healing. To say, if I find something in my consciousness that's yucky, that's in the way, that's an obstacle, I say, I'm sorry. And then I say, please forgive me. Forgive me for holding that in consciousness. My consciousness is the presence of the divine. My consciousness is the expression of God. My consciousness was never born and will never die. It is the expression of divine light, love, and creativity. Forgive me for holding this crap in there. Then I say, thank you. Because what I find in pure consciousness, in the I am presence, there's always the willingness to let it go. Because it's the I am. It doesn't belong anyway. Sometimes I get up in the morning and I wonder, why can't I see well? Everything looks hazy. Is it hazy today? And then I realize, I need to clean my glasses. What is affecting your vision? What is keeping you from having perfect vision, 2020 vision? What is preventing your vision? What's obscuring it? Inside, what we really are is this presence of God, but it gets covered up with dirt and veils and baggage. If we release that, then that divine presence can come forth. So we say, thank you. And then what is that? Is that sounds like a conch shell. Wow. How cool is that? So we say, thank you, and then we say, I love you, because the presence of what we really are is love. Love is what we are. And when we're living in that love, then other things are released. And by the way, please come back next week for part 2. I wanted to do it this Sunday, but it's too much. Come back next week for part 2, where we will have the white stone ceremony, find out our new name for 2020, as well as write letters to God. So that we can have a vision, perfect 2020 vision, what it is that we envision for our new year. So today we're cleansing it out, and next Sunday we're going to look at what is it that we are replacing all that with, bringing forth that divine I am presence. And Will Tuttle will be here helping us to open our intuitive gate, both in the Sunday service and in a workshop in the afternoon, so that we can listen to that inner divine guidance. Oh, this is a holy process. You're the presence of God in action. So today, we're going to have, and Lisa, if you could light these candles, we're going to have the burning bowl ceremony. How many of you, did anyone not get this flash paper, this magic paper? If you did not get it, please raise your hands. And our ushers are coming to bring this flash paper to you. Keep your hands up, please, because I want to demonstrate this. So we have 2 stations up here. On this side, this is your station, okay? And Sarah needs one, and Sandra needs one over here. And then this side is this station. So the ushers will come row by row, starting at the front, and you will come up and light this and let it go. What we're going to write on these pieces of paper is that which you are letting go of. You're saying, I'm sorry for holding on to you. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I release it. You release it. I mean, it's such a great release. So, during or after our meditation, we will write on this piece of paper that which we want to release. It may be limiting beliefs. It may be resentments. It may be those false ideas of, I'm not enough. It may be, I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, it's getting in the way of your consciousness. This is magic paper. Part of what's magic about it is that it goes up immediately. I will now demonstrate. So when you come up here, you don't need to throw your paper at the candle. You don't need to lay it on top of the candle. You can just touch a part of it, like the corner, to it, and you can just do that. It's easy. You don't need to be afraid. It goes up. No smoke. No, just touch it to the flame. Don't lay it on there. Don't throw it. Just touch it. Release. Okay? One more time. For this side. Just touch it. Okay? Easy, yeah? So, if you have scarves, you might want to keep your scarves away from the flame. I don't know. Also, on each side, there will be a volunteer up here by each flame to help you. There will be other volunteers handing out angel cards. So the angel card and I'm amazed at what comes up with this. You know, many people find it's just what they needed for the coming year. And I will be standing then on this side, and Lisa Starbird, who is assisting me, as well as all you volunteers, thank you, will be standing on that side. And I think that covers it, yeah? All right. So I'd like us to go into a time of meditation. If we could maybe, yeah, there we go. Oh, take a deep breath. And center into this moment. I release and I let go. I release and I let go of all that is in my way, of all the obstacles that keep me from expressing the I am presence. I release it. I let it go. I'm sorry that I held on to it. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Allow Spirit to speak to you in this quiet and holy sacred moment. Allow that intuitive guide, that presence of Spirit in you, to reveal to you, to show you what needs to be released, what needs to be let go. What is it that's been holding you back from your vision? What is it that's been holding you back from expressing your I am presence? Let Spirit talk to you. What is it? And in this sacred moment, begin to write on that piece of paper what it is you wish to release and let go of. Write on that paper. It could be more than one thing, but whatever it is you wish to release, whatever it is you wish to let go of. You no longer wish to hold it in consciousness, to let it hold you back. You're saying, I'm sorry for holding on to this. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. You release it. Write that on the piece of paper right now. We'll wait just a minute as you write those things on your paper. That you will be releasing into the flame. And those of you who are love streaming, find some safe way to do this. Maybe write it on a piece of paper and bury it in your yard, or I don't know. In Hawaii, we would use sometimes natural biodegradable things and put it on the water to let it drift away. Find a way to let it go. Write down what it is you're releasing. Give you just a little more time. ushers, if you would come forward and lovingly stand row by row to dismiss that row to come up here to the front, starting at the front. And you may bring those forward and release them, and then get your angel card. He wanted to burn something. Hey, Judy, Happy New Year. Doesn't that feel good? To release that, to let go. It was interesting to me in this service, some people, when they got their angel cards, got blank ones. And they came up to me, and what do I do? And I said, well, you can fill in the blank. And that's what we do with life. We can fill it in, or you can get another one. But in any case, we know with you the highest and best in this new year. And so to anchor this in, we're going to sing a Ricky Byers-Beckwith song, I Release and I Let Go. Okay, let's sing that together.
If you like to stand up. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I am only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here just for the people. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I am only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Wow, that feels good. Now we're going to have just a brief update because we've been in a fundraiser called Faith in Action. So we want to let you know how things are going. Sandra Merlot is going to give us a brief update on that. Then we're going to have a brief, inspiring testimonial from Linda Anderson Henry. And then we'll have the morning offering. Thank you.
I am very excited to announce that our Faith in Action campaign, which pays for more than half of the expenses, the annual expenses expected for 2020 for Unity in Marin, has now reached 71% of our want. So we have committed pledges for $302,000 toward our $425,000, and we have 144 committed pledges. Normally, we would draw names for the brunch, but somebody disappeared the box of names. So,
Right here.
okay.
So you do one for the first service? And one
Yes, please do. If you would go ahead and draw them. They disappeared them right here. How could that happen? Okay. The first one is Carol Pozo. And the second is Carol Lingo. Two Carols. Okay, so very good. Thank you. What a great way to disappear them. And once you go to the Faith in Action table and you put in your pledge, especially if you're a check writer, because those are kind of a mystery to us, you'll get your cards you can put into the offering basket each time. Pardon? For auto pledges. Yes, I'm sorry. For auto pledges, if you're getting it taken out automatically, you get these. And find a brochure, fill it out, and thank you very much. Enjoy.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So, why do I pledge? A while ago, I was talking with a colleague, and I was sharing how I was sharing a hypothetical client, and that person was struggling financially, health issues and relationship issues, and my colleague said, "Wow, that person's a mess." And then we had a good laugh because I told her it was me. So I first came to Unity in Marin right before Christmas of 2001, and I had been searching for a spiritual community for over 6 years. And the first time I came to a service, I truly felt a sense of home. And it's been, every aspect of my life has changed since that time. So many of you also know that I've been very involved on a financial level for many years. I was on staff with Unity in Marin as CFO controller for about 10 years and then stepped away in 2010. And I just came back in officially this summer, and I'm very happy to be back guiding the financial life of the church. So $425,000 is really the minimum that the church needs to support all the good things that happen here. And I'm personally holding the vision of $500,000. So I hope you'll join me in that. And the best thing that happened for me being a member here is I met my husband, James. Yay. And we'll be celebrating what we call our 10+5 anniversary this summer. Reverend Medora married us on Maui, and we're going to be celebrating our anniversary early on Maui the end of this month. So if you've already pledged, thank you. And if you haven't, I hope you will consider pledging. And no amount is too small and no amount is too big. So, thank you.
If our ushers would come forward at this time to receive the morning offering. As you take your offering, your tithes in your hands, if you wish, place it over your heart. I remember as a little kid, I just had a flashback, sitting next to my dad every Sunday morning while my mom was in the choir, and he would always give me some money to put in the offering plate. And he not only modeled to me giving, he modeled to me a consciousness of giving. That as we held that money, we knew we were giving from a place of gratitude and love. He taught me that, starting when I was very little. It's a wonderful way to live, to know that we are always cared for, that there's only abundance. So please repeat after me. I bless this offering, in the consciousness, of abundance, of love, of joy, of gratitude. And so it is. Amen.
Just as we give, so we receive. Richly we live in one golden weave. There is nothing gives it back. Just as we give, so we receive. Richly we live in one golden week. There is nothing that we can lack. We give from love. Love gives it back.
This song I chose because it was written by Zachary Alakai Lum for about the protesters on Mauna Kea, about the big telescope that they want to put there. And it's a very sacred mountain, and the people are protesting in a way that follows everything that Reverend Tim talked to us about, the ho'oponopono. And it's like they're doing what is in front of them to do, and they're doing it in the most loving way, which is quite different from the protests that I was a part of against the Vietnam War many years ago. We did not have that consciousness. I love this consciousness that we have here in this room. It's beautiful. Talks about a dedication to the hearts of steel, the mountain protectors lying safe in the road. Steadfast Aloha resides here. Come together, children of the land, be of one lay, the lay of victory. Hearts of steel lying safe in the road. And I need your help with this one. Your words are, E Aloha E. And Aloha E. Thank you. And Carolyn is going to help me with this one, to help you come in when I want you to come in, because I can't do both at the same time.
Want to play it for them?
Oh, yes, we're going to sing it first. E aloha e, e aloha e. Sing it with me. E aloha e, e aloha e. Thank you. Ho'ohendo no na pu'ai ha'okila. Nakia i mauna moe i ke ala.
Aloha e aloha
Ai ka leo ka laukoa. I paulu ia mai me ke aali.
aloha
Mai no e hui lokahi. Ua maluhia o puluhuluhulu.
aloha
Na hulukupu na na viviole. Oli oli na mele aloha aina.
aloha
E aloha kupa ke luana nei. I ka mua manua malia.
aloha
So as our ushers come up, if we could extend our hands to the offering. We bless this offering in the consciousness that it represents infinite substance, of which there is never any lack or limitation. We go forth from here to be Aloha, to be the light, to be the I am presence in this world. By clearing our consciousness, by having perfect 2020 vision for 2020, we're living the life of the divine as us. And we give thanks, and so it is. Amen.
I'd like to acknowledge Caroline McKinnon for doing these beautiful flowers today. Yes. And the dedications today, both for the flowers and for the hospitality sponsors, are Mel and Sam Engel, and they're celebrating their birthdays. I hope they're celebrating in Hawaii. And just a reminder, this is a new year, and there is a new calendar out there that Charcel will be happy to have you sign up to sponsor either the flowers and or the hospitality. So please go see Charcel. And while you're going that direction, head on down to the bookstore if you need journals or daily word type things to help you with your writings for the new year. Lots of good things in the bookstore. And I would now like the prayer chaplains to stand. The people you see standing wearing the white stoles or sometimes leis are members of our prayer chaplain community, and they are happy to be with you in prayer after the service. Great way to start the new year is to spend some sacred time with them. Thank you, prayer chaplains. And they will be leading this week's Wednesday night service here at 7:15. And I'm sure you will get inspiration from every Wednesday night, and particularly with the prayer chaplains there. And now I invite you all to stand and say our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. Now, if you'll take the hand of the person next to you, we will sing the peace song.